One of South Africa's most astute and ruthless political chess players has been checkmated, forced to surrender his power on the board. In a political career that spanned almost 6 decades, Jacob Zuma faced many foes, from apartheid security forces and Robben Island prison guards to contemporary political opponents. But it was his own brothers and sisters in the green, gold and black of the ANC who hurt him most decisively since 1994. Thabo Mbeki, seen as ANC royalty groomed for success, was the first to make a move against Zuma. He was axed by Mbeki as the country's deputy president 2 weeks after Schabir Shaik was convicted of arms deal corruption in May 2005. Mbeki won that battle, but Zuma ultimately rose from humiliation to win the war.
Mandla! Mandla!
Today I handed a letter to the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Honorable Baleka Mbete, to tender my resignation from the high position of President of the Republic of South Africa.
Zuma used his charm, street smarts and a crafty PR team to ensure he triumphed over an intelligent but awkward Mbeki, who many felt had grown out of touch with the people of South Africa. During the 2000s, Zuma's ability to evade prosecution and censure gathered momentum with every passing year.
I was always puzzled with the fact that President Zuma was not charged, at the same time with Schabir Shaik, because, when I had a look at the charge sheet and the names that were being mentioned there, and his name was quite prominent, there was a clear link,
First, he was acquitted of rape. Then he engineered the demise of the Scorpions crime-fighting unit, which had raided his home and offices in 2005. Eventually, he avoided a corruption trial when the NPA dropped its case against him.
Firstly, I'm not politically captured. I'm not captured by anyone.
During his 9 years as president, the man from Nkandla plunged his country, his party and family into an even deeper pit of controversy and consternation. He reshuffled his cabinet on 11 occasions, each time without explanation.
There is no minister who is here who was ever appointed by the Guptas or by anybody else. Ministers who are here were appointed by me.
Well, it came as a surprise.
This is a clear declaration of war on the SACP by President Zuma.
He appointed an unknown Desmond Royen as finance minister for less than a week before an embarrassing backtrack. He was found to have unduly benefited from upgrades to his Nkandla homestead and to have broken his oath of office. Zuma's scandals and troubles overshadowed the good that was done by his administration.
Your homestead was built by the government? No.
Under his leadership, he reversed the damage done by Mbeki's controversial HIV/AIDS programs, growing the world's largest antiretroviral rollout plan. It was also his government which introduced the widely lauded National Development Plan. This sometimes secured him crucial support when it really mattered. Every time Zuma found himself at the center of a storm, somehow he survived.
Zuma has violated the constitution. The ANC will have to withdraw Zuma.
He seemed to have an endless supply of political lives, weathering 6 motions of no confidence and 1 impeachment attempt through Parliament.
Nkandla.
We will still deal with those issues, having defeated this motion, because removing President Zuma, I can tell you, it would have emboldened the opposition.
We are not going to allow that. We are doing what we are doing because we do not recognize him as our president.
But as Zuma laughed, wore down his opponents, abused the judicial system, and appeared to turn a blind eye to Gupta-enforced state capture, something was happening. The storm clouds were growing darker and the thunder louder.
It's clear that the ANC has been captured by a dominant faction, which in fact is not ANC.
There's no doubt that as South Africans, we've got to ask the question, why, both in this chamber and elsewhere, we spend such an inordinate amount of time discussing one family's influence in this country. It's amazing.
I say this to you, when we take power in Tshwane, in Nelson Mandela Bay, it will not be through the barrel of a gun. It will be as a result of millions of South Africans coming together and casting their votes at the ballot box to vote for change.
As his reign entered its endgame, Zuma's desperation became more palpable. He backed Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma to succeed him as ANC president. He dragged his heels on the state capture inquiry and stepped up court challenges even in the face of legal censure and ANC disapproval. In December 2017, in a battle reminiscent of the Polokwane conference in 2007 that saw him rise to power, Zuma and his camp lost their powerful grip on the governing party.
The ANC therefore welcomes the announcement by President Jacob Zuma on the establishment of a commission of inquiry in line with the Public Protector's report on state capture.
Zuma's then deputy in both party and state rose to become the most powerful politician in the country. In that moment, Cyril Ramaphosa became Jacob Zuma's biggest political threat since Thabo Mbeki a decade earlier. In the end, Zuma's house of cards did not collapse. It was in fact blown over by blustering winds of change and discontent. The man who pledged his life's work to the ANC at the age of 17 had brought Africa's oldest liberation movement to its knees for his own gain.
We can't wait for 2019 anymore!
That will be his legacy, soiled with allegations of betrayal, greed and brokenness. Yet, in losing political power, Zuma hasn't lost it all. He still has his freedom for now, but soon he may have to fight for that too.